The Valorian scout ship detected it first, a massive human vessel drifting through the Omega Nebula, its hull scarred by centuries of cosmic radiation and micrometeorite impacts. No power signature, no life signs, no heat bloom from reactors or engines. By every measure known to galactic civilization, the ship was dead. Another derelict. Commander Zixtal clicked through his translator, his compound eyes scanning the holographic display. Human origin. Pre-Federation era by the design. His crew exchanged nervous glances. Everyone in the galaxy knew about human derelicts. They appeared randomly across explored space. Ancient colony ships from Earth's desperate expansion period 300 years ago. Most species avoided them. The ships were cursed, they said. Ghost ships that drove salvage crews mad. Mark it and move on, Zixtal ordered. But his science officer, a young Valorian named Pixna, hesitated. Commander, there's something unusual. The ship's trajectory. It's not random drift. It's on a specific heading. Impossible. The ship is dead. Yet it moves with purpose, sir. Zixtal's mandibles clicked in irritation, but curiosity won over caution. Fine. We'll observe from a distance. They watched for 3 cycles as the human derelict maintained its course, passing through the nebula with eerie precision. No course corrections, no engine burns, just steady, impossible momentum toward a system at the nebula's edge. Then the transmission came. It was faint, almost lost in cosmic background radiation, but Pixna caught it. Not a distress call, not a beacon. It was a message repeating endlessly in ancient Earth languages. We're coming home. Tell them we're coming home. Zixtal felt his blood chill. The ship was definitely dead, their sensors confirmed it absolutely. Yet somehow it was broadcasting. Follow it, he commanded, his scientific training overriding his instincts. But maintain maximum distance. The ghost ship led them to an unremarkable yellow star with 7 planets. As they approached the third world, Zixtal's instruments lit up. A human colony, small but thriving, pre-Federation technology, isolated from the greater galactic community. The colonists must have detected the approaching vessel because dozens of small ships launched from the planet's surface. Zixtal prepared to issue a warning. Surely these isolated humans didn't know the danger of boarding a derelict. But the human ships didn't approach with caution. They came with celebration. Zixtal watched in bewilderment as the small craft surrounded the dead colony ship, their primitive radio transmissions filled with weeping and laughter. The humans began boarding the derelict through airlocks that shouldn't have opened, entering corridors that held no atmosphere. This is madness, Zixtal muttered. They'll die in there. Sir, Pixna said softly, I'm reading life support activating in sections they've entered. Emergency power coming online. It's as if the ship knows they're there. Through their long-range visual scanners, Zixtal observed something that would haunt him forever. The humans moved through the dead ship, touching the walls, reading names etched in metal, gathering frozen remains with reverence. They weren't salvaging. They were recovering their dead. A transmission reached the Valorian ship, not directed at them but broadcast openly. An elderly human woman's voice, thick with emotion. The Perseverance. My grandparents were on this ship. We've waited 217 years for them to come home. Zixtal accessed his database. The Perseverance had launched from Earth in 2247, one of 40 colony ships sent to this sector. It had disappeared en route, presumed lost to engine failure or navigational error. But this colony existed, which meant another ship had reached this world. How? Zixtal whispered. How did a dead ship navigate across light years to find this exact world? Pixna pulled up more data. Sir, I found something. The ship's computer core is completely destroyed, has been for centuries. But there's another system, something we initially dismissed as biological contamination. The science officer displayed a 3-dimensional map of the ship's interior. Throughout its structure, a delicate network of preserved organic matter had grown into the ship's framework, connecting systems, bridging broken circuits. It looked almost like neural tissue. They merged with their ship. Pixna breathed. The crew, when they knew they were dying, they didn't just accept death. They became part of the ship itself. They've been guiding it home for 2 centuries. Zixtal watched the human colonists carefully extracting the remains, each body treated with profound respect. They found the captain still strapped in her chair, her hand fused to the navigation console. They found engineers embracing their equipment. They found parents holding children in the frozen habitation modules. The Perseverance's crew had died, but something, determination, love, consciousness, or something uniquely human, had refused to let their journey end. For 200 years, the ghost of their collective will had pushed the dead ship through the void, across impossible distances, to bring themselves home. As the humans transported their ancestors to the planet's surface for proper burial, one of the colonists sent a direct transmission to the Valorian scout ship. "Thank you for bearing witness," the message said simply. They needed someone to see that they made it, that they kept their promise. Sixtal composed his official report as they departed the system. He documented everything, knowing his superiors would dismiss it as sensor glitches or space madness, but he knew what he'd witnessed. The galaxy called them ghost ships, avoided them, feared them. But humans called it homecoming. They called it a promise kept across death and time. They called it the stubborn refusal to let distance or mortality break the bonds between their people. Sixtal added a final note to his report, one that would be flagged and questioned but never quite deleted from Federation records. Recommend all species reconsider classification of human derelicts. They are not ghost ships. They are pilgrims still completing their journey. And humanity, it seems, always brings its children home, no matter how long it takes. Behind them, the Perseverance settled into a final orbit around the colony world, its journey complete at last. On the surface, humans wept and celebrated in equal measure, welcoming home the grandparents and great-grandparents they'd never met but had never stopped expecting. The dead ship's systems finally went dark. Its crew could rest now. They were home,